This happened during our trip on Cebu. Basically, what happened was we were island hopping during that day, and there's this specific island that we went to that had a lot of starfish right on the sandbars and stuff. So the water's pretty shallow, and you can literally see all of the starfishes on it. And we wore life vests, even when technically the water during that time is just about waist level. And I wanted to touch the starfishes, but I didn't want to touch them because I was thinking they might die if I lift them out of the water. But then the fishermen during that time, our guides were basically telling us that it's okay. We just need to place them back gently in the water after we take them out to touch them. And they encouraged us to actually grab one of the starfishes, and sometimes they would grab it for us. The ones that I basically took was the little ones, the ones smaller than my palm, and I have very little hands, but they're not baby starfishes, just to be clear. I would never hurt baby starfishes. Not that I would hurt the big ones either, but you get what I mean. And basically, we have life vests, and I don't know if you know the struggle of swimming with a freaking life vest. You cannot sink in the water. That's exactly quite the opposite of what it's meant to do. It keeps you afloat. The struggle with it is that I wanted to reach a starfish at the bottom of my feet, but I can't do that because the life vest keeps on fighting me. So I had to struggle with the freaking life vest, and I actually got to reach to the bottom, but at the same time I was a little afraid because the texture of the starfish was very unfamiliar to me. It's a little stony and spiky, and at some point I was afraid it was gonna bite me. But I know that starfishes don't usually do that, but it was still scary. I'm not that experienced with starfishes, but I eventually got a hold of one. And then RJ, who was just standing right in front of me, just watched me do the entire thing, being supportive, putting a GoPro filming me and stuff. But he eventually asked me hey, how does it look like? And without me really thinking much about it, I actually asked him to lay his hand for me open, and I put the starfish on his hand. That specific side that I put in his hand is where the mouth of the starfish was. So he panicked and just yeeted the starfish.
The starfish.
It safely touched
No worries,
the water.
Starfishes
Yeah,
harmed in this video.
the starfish was safe. It went back to the water. We have a footage to prove that we didn't abuse the starfish. Oh yeah. We actually picked it up again. Well, probably it was a different starfish this time, but there were several of them on our feet, and we actually picked it up because I got curious as to what he meant by the mouth. And we actually looked into the bottom part of the starfish where the mouth is, and there were weird tentacles on it. We were just examining it and whatnot, and then we safely placed it back to the water. RJ's footage is actually hilarious. You should watch it. Alright, have a great day. Bye.